Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to the tennis world with the tennis expert. I am your tennis expert. I'm here to review the Australian Open, but more specifically the Australian Open final. Jannik Sinner is your 2024 Australian Open champion. Like guys, I predicted this. I predicted him to win in 4. He won in 5. I got that one. The semi-finals, I predicted Medvedev to win. I forget the sets. I think I got the sets wrong. And I predicted Sinner in 5 over Djokovic. He got it in 4. Here I put Sinner in 4 and he won in 5. I know I got 3 of the 4 quarterfinals right, except for that shock, Zverev Alcaraz. I had Alcaraz winning that. But yeah, Jannik Sinner is your 2024 champion. I predicted he'd win it in 4. He won it in 5. 1 set off, but he's still the champion. One thing I didn't predict is that Jannik Sinner would start the match down 2 sets, right? Down 2 sets to love, right? I didn't think it would happen that way. I thought maybe it could be 1 set all, and then he wins the 3rd and 4th. But 2 sets to love down again. The guy that I'm saying will win in 4, and now he can't win in 4, and the only way is a miracle comeback to win in 5. But I did feel like the comeback started. What happened was Medvedev served 90 something percent first serves in. He attacked the second serve return, hit it deep in the rallies. He attacked it hard and deep on the back line. He moved Sinner around, exposed his lack of movement. He played like a peak Djokovic in the Australian Open because his game is very like Djokovic, with the serving, the returning, the attacking in the rallies, the great defense turning to offense, and just wanting to take everything early, controlling the rallies, attacking the second serve, serving big and going in behind the serve and controlling the rallies, and trying to just attack and hit it deep and push the big guy around. That's very Djokovic at his peak. A set in 5-1, I would say he's peak Djokovic until a set in 5-1 only. Not the whole match, of course. But then after that, what happened was, I think he got a bit. So 2 things were happening. I predicted Sinner to win, right? But 2 things were happening that I didn't expect. One, Medvedev was playing the match of his life, just playing like peak Djokovic at the Australian Open. Maybe like the way he beat Djokovic at the 2021 US Open final there. So Medvedev comes out and plays like peak Djokovic. And then Sinner, because he's playing his first Grand Slam final, he comes out nervous. So the nerves of Sinner cause his level to drop. I needed about an hour or so just to get into the match, get rid of my nerves. So the slow start with the nerves, Sinner's not what he's been the whole tournament, not what he's been when he beat Djokovic. And at the same time, when Sinner's just taking a bit of time being nervous, Medvedev's like, I'm going to make the most of every second you're nervous, because until you get to your top level, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to play the best match of my career. And if you're nervous, I'm just going to steamroll you, because you'll be nervous and I'll be at the best I've ever been. And it was a set in 5-1. But then you knew what would happen here would be, number one, this peak level of Medvedev, he wouldn't be able to keep it up for 4 or 5 sets, right? It was just a matter of how long would he keep this peak level up, right? That was the question, right, guys? And we knew it wouldn't be the whole match. It turns out he only kept it up to a 7-5-1. And then for Sinner, playing far from his best because he's nervous, you knew he's going to start the match nervous, but you know at some point he's going to get into the match. The nerves are going to go away, and he's going to play the normal Jannik Sinner game. So I knew when I was watching that match, I was thinking to myself, right, how long can Medvedev keep this up? I know it won't be the full match. That's from Medvedev's side. And then from Sinner's side, how long is he going to be nervous? When he's going to get rid of the nerves and bring his normal level? And then I was thinking there could be a massive change if Medvedev can't keep this up, which I don't think he can, and at the same time Sinner gets rid of the nerves and finds his peak level. If those two things happen, we're talking about peak Medvedev down to a normal Medvedev, and a nervous Sinner is far from what he did the whole tournament back to his best. If those two things happen at the same time, there's a massive change. Instead of having nervous Sinner versus peak Medvedev, you've got normal Medvedev versus peak um, Sinner, and it's been peak Sinner the whole tournament. So he gets rid of the nerves, goes back to peak Sinner, and at the same time, like you knew Medvedev couldn't keep it up, and he wouldn't. So we're not peak Medvedev versus nervous Sinner. We're peak Sinner versus normal Medvedev, and those two changes from both of them made a massive change, and that's what caused the comeback. So first two sets, it's like Medvedev serving huge, attacking in the rallies, pushing Sinner around, controlling the rallies, hitting returns deep, hitting winners from that or controlling the rallies. But the rest of the match is like this. When Sinner gets rid of the nerves, plays his best, and Medvedev can't keep that peak level and goes to the normal Medvedev, suddenly now you've got Sinner with the more out-serving Medvedev. You've got Sinner with more powerful ground strokes in the rallies than what Medvedev has. So because he's hitting it harder than Medvedev, and Medvedev is normally a good, consistent defensive player, but he's lost that extreme power. He's now normal Medvedev, and because Sinner's got back his peak level, the Sinner ground strokes are more powerful than Medvedev, who's more of a consistent rally player and a baseliner. But Sinner's ground strokes, now he's back to his best and he's only facing normal Medvedev. He's got more power on his ground strokes, and Medvedev's more of a defensive player. So because they're both rallying, but Sinner's hitting the ball with more power, Sinner's controlling all the rallies, like I said, and pushing Medvedev around. And now Medvedev has to run all the time, and Medvedev was tired. The reason he was more attacking in the start of the match because he needed to shorten points, right? Um, he needed to shorten points because he was too tired for the long rallies. But now he's not attacking the way he was. He's just playing a normal rally game, defensive tennis. Sinner's got more power on his ground strokes. They're both playing a rallying game, but Sinner's hitting it harder. So then that means Sinner's sitting in the middle. Sinner's controlling the rally and pushing Medvedev around. Now Medvedev suddenly has to gain in all these long rallies. He has to run so much when he's tired and exhausted, doesn't have the energy to do it. It's not like before where he was attacking and shortening points. Now he's being pushed around by Sinner. He's having to run a lot. He's tired a lot. And the fact is, Medvedev at his normal level, Sinner's at that normal level. Sinner's ground strokes are bigger, and their rallies with Sinner overpowering Medvedev and controlling the rally and dictating the points. And Medvedev's in defense most of the time, having to run. And then when he doesn't want these rallies because he's too tired to do it anyway, but he's forced to do it because Sinner's got more power and pushing him around in the rallies and overpowering him, then Medvedev at times says, I can't do these long rallies where he's pushing me around. I'm doing all this running and defense. So I'm going to have to go for more power near the lines to hit a winner or get back control of the point. But whenever he did that, he's missing. So it's either long rallies with Sinner in control and Medvedev too tired to do it, and not even as fast as he normally is because now he's getting tired, or Medvedev saying, like, I don't want to be in these long rallies where Sinner's controlling the ball, pushing me around. So then I'm going to take a risky shot and go for too much power near the line and make errors. So it was going between those two, either Sinner overpowering Medvedev in the rallies, pushing him around, Medvedev too tired to do it, and then when Medvedev can't do it because he's too tired and doesn't want rallies where Sinner's always in control, Medvedev's bailing out of the rally. I'm too tired for the rally. I'm going for a lot of power near the line, high risk shot and miss. Then when he realized that miss, going back to his normal game, Sinner has more power on the rally shots, and Sinner is controlling the rallies, right? So it's either Sinner controlling the rallies by overpowering Medvedev, or Medvedev not wanting to be in these long rallies with Sinner controlling, and then saying, I'm just going to have to shorten the point and go for the line and missing. In that case, Sinner gets errors, and then when Medvedev doesn't do that, Sinner's just overpowering and controlling the rallies. That's what happened in the third, fourth, and fifth set. I think that the comeback for Sinner really started when he was down 5-1 because he got it. It was 5-1, 2 breaks. Sinner got it back to 5-3, broke back, held, and almost broke him the second time. He had 3 break points. If he broke there, he would have got it to 5-all, right? 5-4, and then he would have served for 5-all. He would have come from 5-1 down to 5-all, he would have recovered the 2 breaks. But it was just the lead was just a bit too much. But I was thinking to myself then, if Sinner almost came from 2 breaks 5-1, but it was just because the lead was too big and he missed out by a few points. He's playing way better than Medvedev. So yes, Medvedev got away with it because the lead is too big, 5-1, 2 breaks, and he just held on. But what's going to happen when they start the next set, the third set at 0-0? He doesn't have this 5-1 now. They're starting at 0-0, and Sinner's playing better right now. So that's when I felt like it changed. And that's when I said, what's Medvedev going to do? Because he's not going to have a 5-1 set lead every set. Next time it's 0-0. And Sinner's better. So when they did start 0-0 in the next set, Sinner was better. And when they started 0-0 in the fourth set, Sinner was better. And when they started 0-0 in the fifth set. So the momentum really started 5-1 in the second, but the lead was too big. And he almost got it, but then all the sets from 0-0. But the comeback started at 5-1 in the second, but Medvedev hang on. But he couldn't hang on from 0-0 in these third, fourth, and fifth sets. He's either overpowered doing running, doesn't have the energy to do the running. So I need to get back control of the point. I'm going to go for all my power near the line, missing and giving him errors, and both of those 2 points are what happened. But anyway, that's how the comeback happened, and it happened because Medvedev couldn't keep that peak level. It was unrealistic. It was so much better than his normal level, and because Sinner wasn't playing well at that same time because his nerves and the nerves ran out, and he got back to his normal level, and so did Medvedev. And the third, fourth, and fifth sets what I expected, but the first 2 sets was a surprise with Sinner nervous and Medvedev playing the best of his life. But when we got to the normal Medvedev and the normal Sinner with the nerves getting rid of it, Sinner wins the third, fourth, and fifth sets. And Jannik Sinner is your 2024 Open champion. Great job by Sinner. Like he beat everybody in this tournament in straight sets except for Djokovic and Medvedev. Leading up to the semi-final against Djokovic, not lost a set. He was such a good level. Djokovic at the Australian Open, he was like a point away from even beating him in straight sets. But even though Djokovic just got it by being great under pressure in that tiebreaker, but we were in a position where if you're not Djokovic at the Australian Open, you can't get a set. And even Djokovic is just lucky to get one. And then the only difference for that was the first 2 sets in this final because he was nervous. And while nervous, Medvedev was playing the match of his life. But when he got rid of the nerves and we saw the Sinner of the whole tournament, he's only lost 1 set. Winning 3 sets in a row is not hard for him because he's won like 17 out of 18 sets against everybody. So he's been winning sets in a row back to back the whole tournament. So just to win 3 compared to what he's done isn't much. So that's what happened. We returned to the normal level. But 1 set was caused by Djokovic being amazing under pressure and being very lucky and also good under pressure to get a set. And then his nerves while facing the best ever Medvedev. But really, if it wasn't the nerves, you could argue he would have lost a set against Medvedev. And then he was a point away from beating Djokovic in straight sets, and he beat everybody else. And he didn't have an easy draw. Like the top 16, he played Khachanov. He's a top 16 player in the 4th round. Quarterfinals, you're meant to play someone top 8. He played 5, Rublev. Then Djokovic semi-finals, number 1 in the world. And then Medvedev, number 3 in the world. And when you beat someone like Djokovic in his best Grand Slam, you want to celebrate. You don't want to have to forget about it and think about a final. And then you're nervous, and Medvedev's the match of his life, and now you've got to go back to 2 sets to love, and then you do that. Great job by Sinner. And him winning his first Grand Slam at 22, compared to Alcaraz, you might see that's late. But Pete Sampras won his first Grand Slam at 22. Roger Federer did. Djokovic won his first at 20, almost 21, but he was 23, almost 24 when he won his second Grand Slam. So compete to where Djokovic was. He's about another year to get his second Grand Slam, and he'll be where Djokovic is. And Federer and Sampras, they won their first at this age. So it's just So it's just Nadal and Alcaraz who exceptionally started early and started winning Grand Slams at 19. But most players, it's either 20 and then the second Grand Slam at 23 for Djokovic, 22 for Sampras and Federer, and 22. So he could easily have like the big three, like a Sampras, like a Federer, Nadal. Him starting at 22 is not a problem. It's really Djokovic only got his second Grand Slam like a year away from now. What age Sinner will be in a bit over a year. So he's not, and Djokovic has the most Grand Slams, so he's not late, and he's on the same time as Federer and Sampras too. So it's fine to start at 22. But my thing is, if you're going to be an all-time great, the latest you can start and win your first Grand Slam is 22. It could be 22 or before, but not later. He's got it by 22. He's got his first Grand Slam. So Sinner could very well be an all-time great. I think the future of tennis, the next Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, big three. We've at least got two. Alcaraz and Sinner, I think they're going to be all-time greats. They're going to be on the level of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. And because Sinner's 22, Alcaraz is 20, they're going to have a great rivalry in the future. So lots to look forward to. And in the meantime, we can still see them play Djokovic and maybe Nadal because he's coming back too. So great tennis to look forward to. When Nadal comes back, I'll cover that, right? If not, I'll be here for Indian Wells in Miami. And I'm also trying to post some videos of my experience when I was at the Australian Open final, the trophy ceremony arriving. So I'll try to get that on here, but you won't hear me talking like making a video like this. It'll just be a clip that I recorded from my phone while I was there. So that should be my next video. And if there's somehow I can't make it for technical reasons, then I'll be back for you either when Nadal comes back or Indian Wells at the latest. But really, subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up, and please be back for my next video. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with you soon. And thanks for watching, and thanks for being with me during the Australian Open. Tennis World, tennis expert. I'll see you all guys soon. Bye for now.